Good morning. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 10 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online at Street TV. In the headlines, the Prime Minister invites international observers to the August 10th general election. The UNC accuses the PNM of flying in party supporters while borders remain closed. Internationally, Joe Biden challenges Donald Trump with Buy American economic plan. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has written to CARICOM Secretary General Erwin LaRocque and Commonwealth Secretary General Patricia Scotland QC, inviting them to send election observers to Trinidad and Tobago for the August 10th general election. In a statement on Thursday, Dr. Rowley said the letter formally invites both parties to send election observation missions to observe Trinidad and Tobago's processes and operations in the upcoming parliamentary elections. The invite comes one day after political leader of the United National Congress, Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar, urged the Prime Minister to invite international observer teams to monitor the election process. And opposition leader Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar is accusing the People's National Movement of secretly flying in supporters of the PNM ahead of the general election. At an election campaign in St. Mary's, Moruga on Wednesday, Persad-Bissessar told supporters that she has this information and that it is wrong that the PNM is granting exemptions to PNM loyalists while the borders remain closed. Meanwhile, the opposition leader has described as hypocrisy the government's plan to host the 2020 Caribbean Premier League cricket competition, while she says it is not allowing many citizens to return home due to COVID-19 restrictions. Yesterday, Sport Minister Shamfa Cudjoe announced the deal, which will be carried out under strict adherence to the COVID-19 guidelines. However, speaking at a UNC virtual meeting last night, Persad-Bissessar said others are being given precedent over nationals. She said the government is choosing to put systems in place for CPL instead of allowing nationals to come home during this time of elections. And more than 100 nationals from various countries are scheduled to return to Trinidad and Tobago this weekend. This, according to Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parasram. He says the total number of positive COVID-19 cases remained at 133, the total number of discharges at 117, and 8 people were hospitalized at the Cora facility. International news now. U.S. Democratic presidential contender Joe Biden has laid out his rescue plan for the coronavirus-crippled U.S. economy while berating President Donald Trump as incompetent. Mr. Biden said his $700 billion plan would be the biggest investment in the U.S. economy since World War II. Titled the Build Back Better agenda, Biden said it would spur a manufacturing and technology jobs boom. The Trump campaign, meanwhile, has responded that the plan would inflict catastrophe. Mr. Biden is all but guaranteed to face off with Mr. Trump in this November's presidential election. And that's the 10 a.m. news on the Street 919 FM and online at Street TV. Recapping the headlines. The Prime Minister invites international observers to the August 10th general election. The UNC accuses the PNM of flying in party supporters while borders remain closed. And internationally, Joe Biden challenges Donald Trump with Buy American economic plan. Stay tuned for a news update at 11 o'clock. That's in 1 hour's time. I am Vanessa Thomas. Good morning.